Hello everyone. Now let's proceed into this lecture. In this video, I'm going to teach you and guide you on how to count from 31 to 40 and then from 40 to 200. So just follow the instructions that you're going to receive from this video, and I can tell you that you'll be able to count from 31 to 40 and from 40 to 200. The reason I'm breaking this down is for you to have better understanding of how the number systems operate in the Egun language. But I didn't mention this before. The number system in the Egun language has a cyclic pattern. So it has a recurring pattern. From 1 to 5, there is no recurring pattern. However, from 6 to 40, there is what we call recurring pattern at the interval of 5. The base will be changing. It's going to be some numbers that will be constant. So for example, if you say 6, we call it Chidopo. Now if you say 21, you say Konukun Dopo. Any number that is hit by 1, you see that Dopo there. Like it happens within the range of 6 and 40. So that's when you see that kind of pattern happens at the interval of 5. So, and also from 41, let's say from 40 to 200, there is still this same pattern that you will notice when you pay attention very well. And from 200 to 1000, this same pattern occurs there, and that's what we call cyclic pattern or recurring pattern in the number system of the Egun language. And if you want to have better understanding of what we are doing with this current video, I would like to encourage you to go and watch the first video and as well as the second video. If you are watching this video on YouTube, check the description. You see the links to those 2 videos there. I also need to mention that we have a website, gunuviambassador.wordpress.com. There you see some resources that will help you upgrade your study or your learning of the Egun language. Now let's continue in the learning of the number system of the Egun language. We are continuing from 31 to 40 and from 40 to 200. Now we said before that 30 is called Ogba or Ugba. Now 31, don't forget the connectors that we've been using. You can say Gba Nukun Dopo or Gba Ina Dopo. Now let's use the Nukun, the connector Nukun. Gba Nukun Dopo, Gba Nukun Awe, Gba Nukun Aton, Gba Nukun Ene. After that we have Gba Ton, Gba and Aton. Remember, Aton is 5, while Gba is 30. So you put the 2 together, that's what Gba Aton 35. Now from there we start another counting again. Or if you want to use Ina as a connector, that's Gba Ina Dopo, Gba Ina Awe, Gba Ina Aton, Gba Ina Ene, Gba Ton. So from Gba Ton now we continue. Gba Ton Nukun Dopo, Gba Ton Nukun Awe, Gba Ton Nukun Aton, Gba Ton Nukun Ene. But this is actually not commonly used in the Egun language. When it comes to like 35 upwards, Kwaton Ina Dopo, Kwaton Ina Awe, Kwaton Ina Aton, or Gbaton Ina Dopo, Gbaton Ina Awe, Gbaton Ina Aton, Gbaton Ina Ene. 26 to 30 or 36 to 40. So that is Gba Ewe Ene, Gba Ewe Aton, Gba Ewe Awe, Gba Ewe Dopo. 29. And if you are to count from 36, that's Kande Ewe Ene, that's 40 minus 4. Kande Ewe Aton, 40 minus 3. Kande Ewe Awe, 40 minus 2, that's 38. Kande Ewe Dopo, 40 minus 1, that's 39. So and then we have Kande. From 40 to 200 is something similar as well. So I'm going to take you through, because by the time you read the numbers in the Egun language up to 40, just pick that 40, which is called Kande. Take that 40, go back to the beginning. You call it Kande Ina Dopo, Kande Ina Awe, Kande Ina Aton, Kande Ina Ene, Kande Ina Aton, Kande Ina Chidopo, Kande Ina Chiawe, Kande Ina Chiene. Then you have Kande Ina Ao, or you simply say without the connector, Kande Ao. So from here onward, so we don't need the connector. Kande Ao, Kande Vidopo, Kande Viawe, Kande Viaton, Kande Viene, Kande. So you just say the 40 and then you go back and pick from 1 to 39. Do you get? If you reach 60 now, that's Kande. You have 40 and you have 20. That's Kande Ko, Kande Konukun Dopo, kande konukun awe, kande konukun atan, kande konukun ene, kande kwatan. Do you get? Kande kwatan nukun dokpo, kande kwatan nukun awe. You continue reading the number like that. So by the time you get to kande gbanton nukun ene, so you now have what we call kanwe. When you say kande, remember that I mentioned that one is called dokpo or ode. And you know, we've been using dokpo repeatedly for like 1, for 6, like that's chi dokpo, for 11, wi dokpo, 16, for tonukun dokpo, for 21, konukun dokpo. So we've been using that. Now from 40 on, so we will not be using dokpo again. We now use the other one, ode. So we say kande, like that last word, de. So it's what we'll now be using repeatedly now. And by the time we reach 80, so 80 is what 240s. That's what can we. 80 is what 240s can we. Remember, awe, that's 2. You just take the can and you have the other one to it, can we. So when you reach 120, you have what? Can ton. Can ton. Now from there, if you continue it, we have what? Kene. Kene. Pay attention to that. The base changed from can to ken. We have ken, and after that we have for day. So because of that day now, a new way of counting is going to resume, because we have what for day, which is 200. So from 200 to 1000, we have a new system of counting. It will be changing at the rate of every 200. All right. So that's how to count from 1 to 200 in the Egun language. Alright, so we come to the end of our lesson today, and I believe by the grace of God, following the instructions you have received from these videos, you should be able to count from 1 to 200. In our next video on how to count numbers in the Egun language, I will take you from 201 to 1000, and the following video is going to be from 1000 to a million. Alright, so before we see in the next video, keep making progress in your learning of the language.